Situationships almost always involve a partner that's an avoidant, and it really stems from the avoidant's fear of commitment. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. You might recognize me from TikTok or Instagram, but we've expanded now to YouTube as well to be able to provide a better variety of content. Please hit like and subscribe if you like this content. Anyway, situationships usually do involve an avoidant. When you have a partner that just doesn't want to commit, when they just don't want to put a label on the relationship, when the relationship drags out and you're acting as if you are dating and you're acting like you are an official couple, but the partner never wants to put a title on it. Why do we have to put a label on it? Why put that kind of pressure on it? And they may even tell you that they love you, but for some reason they just won't commit to you. And they won't seem to truly open up to you either. Chances are this person is an avoidant. Avoidants have a deep-rooted fear of emotional intimacy, and this fear is because they fear abandonment, engulfment, and rejection. Usually it starts from childhood. Usually this person has learned that anybody that you rely on for your emotional needs will ultimately disappoint you, abandon you, and reject you. And they carry this fear through to adulthood. And the reason why they fear commitment, why they fear that label, is because when you commit to somebody, it is essentially implied that you have to be emotionally vulnerable for this person, that you have to be emotionally available, because the title implies that that's what you are. So the title scares them, because deep down, the avoidant, they feel like they are unlovable. Like if you see the real them, if you get to know the real them, that you are going to figure out that this person is not lovable and you are going to abandon them and reject them. So they want to enjoy the benefits of you. They want to enjoy the benefits of the relationship. But with that title on there, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, any other official title, with that title on there, suddenly the fear of abandonment is kicked into high gear. And in childhood, the avoidant usually had parents that were emotionally neglectful. Doesn't mean that they were abused, it doesn't mean they were physically abused, and generally their basic needs were met, but their emotional needs were not met. Now, looking at that situation as an adult, you can see that parents that are not very loving, well, that's a reflection of the shortcoming of the parents. It's not a reflection of the child. But as a young kid, the avoidant doesn't understand this, and they think that they're not getting love because they must be unlovable. And this deeply rooted feeling carries through to adulthood. And this is exactly why they struggle to commit in relationships. This is why emotional intimacy is such a scary thing for them. Because in a relationship, especially one where the partner treats them very well, where you treat the avoidant very well, when you show them nothing but love and respect and kindness, this frightens them even more. It frightens them to their core, because they feel like they're not lovable and they don't deserve a partner that treats them this well. They don't deserve this kind of love. They don't deserve this kind of respect. You're too good for them, and you're going to figure that out. The avoidant has a very glass half empty approach when it comes to relationships. They feel like it's doomed, so why put a label on it? Why even try? They're going to get abandoned. So it keeps them essentially safe by not committing. It keeps them and able to keep you at an emotional arm's length, because that's where they feel safe. That intimacy is something that they actually really, really fear, but they really only tend to fear it with a healthy partner. See, on the flip side, avoidants, severe ones especially, but both dismissive and fearful avoidants, they have an easier time committing to a toxic partner. And there's a few different reasons for this. Avoidants, they have low self-esteem, a lack of self-worth, and the toxic partner doesn't really generally treat them that well, and they feel like that's what they deserve. See, they don't deserve the healthy partner, they deserve the toxic partner. Plus, there's a fear of abandonment with the healthy partner, because the healthy partner treats the avoidant well. The toxic partner doesn't treat them that well, so the fear of abandonment is definitely not as pronounced. Also, a toxic partner is generally somebody who is not emotionally available, who is not emotionally vulnerable. And since the avoidant is inherently emotionally unavailable, they feel safer. Yes, they actually feel safer with a toxic partner. They feel emotionally safer with a toxic partner because in a healthy relationship, the healthy partner is available. They're emotionally available. They are emotionally vulnerable to the avoidant. So the avoidant feels an unspoken pressure, a pressure to be available and vulnerable in return for the healthy partner. And this scares the daylights out of them. This is why they can struggle to commit to a healthy partner. They struggle to stay with a healthy partner. They often run from a healthy partner, but they can jump right into a relationship with a toxic partner and actually commit, put a label on it because it feels safe. So in reality, their fear of commitment is largely with a healthy partner that treats them well. That's what scares them. It's because they don't feel worthy of this person. They feel this person is going to abandon them, reject them, and it's safer to just cut and run. So understand, if you've been treating your avoidant partner or your avoidant ex very well, and they may have even told you things like, nobody has ever treated me this well before. Nobody's ever shown me this kind of love before. They mean it. They mean it. The thing is that scares them. And if they're pulling away, or if they discarded you, if they left altogether, that's the reason they did, because you being so kind, you being so loving, so open, and so emotionally vulnerable and available to them is precisely what scared the daylights out of them. And understand, that is a reflection of their unhealed traumas, their attachment wounds. It's a reflection of their inability to cope and deal and handle emotional and relationship stress. It's easy to want to personalize this. They won't commit to me, but they committed to this person. It must be something wrong with me. But that's not reality. It's not reality at all. It's actually the opposite. They felt like they weren't good enough for you. So when they run away like that, and when they refuse to commit, they're not rejecting you. It may feel like it, but they're actually not rejecting you. They're actually rejecting themselves. They are rejecting themselves as being unworthy of you. So understand that, because it helps with the healing and not blaming yourself. Because when you go through a breakup with an avoidant, or if they've really completely pulled away, it's a lot of pain. But you can either shorten the duration of your pain or you can lengthen it. If you blame yourself and second guess yourself and think it must be something that you did wrong, you're going to increase the duration of your pain. You're going to worsen it. If you focus on understanding why this person is the way they are, and that it's really a reflection of them and their unhealed attachment wounds, you can actually shorten the duration of your pain, because understanding both emotionally and intellectually really helps with healing and makes a massive, massive difference. So understand, you treated them well. You showed them love. That's why they ran. And it's very painful to see if they jump into a relationship with somebody else. But understand, if they jump into a relationship with somebody else, it's not because you did anything wrong. It's because that partner was likely emotionally unavailable, likely toxic, which is why the avoidant felt safe with them. It's not a fun experience to go through, but don't blame yourself. It's their unhealed attachment wounds. They can heal, but they have to want it. But don't blame yourself.